It's that magical time of year again.
State forensics! Woo, 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 woo!
This is sort of a follow-up to the debate video I made, but much like real debate and forensics, you don't need to know about one to enjoy and take part in the other. You only have to do both if you want to, or if your dad's your coach. Regardless, today I'm gonna talk about the wacky world of forensics! And if you thought debate was crazy... So like I said in the confessions video, forensics, or as it's called in some schools, speech and drama, is competitive acting and speech giving. Performing is an art, and they say art is subjective, but in the world of forensics, it's graded on a scale of 1 to 6. You see, the typical round of forensics lasts an hour and a half, and as a competitor, you are there to present for 2 or 3 different categories of events, and must do each of them once a round. So, for example, in the span of 90 minutes, you might have to... go to a room, read some poetry for a judge,
get ranked compared to everyone else who performed in that room, 6 being the worst and 1 being the best, as well as giving quality points on a scale from 1 to 25. That's 1 is the worst, and 5 is the best.
It's kind of like track and field, but with acting. And it's a blast! Now you may be asking,
What are all the different categories of events you can do in forensics?
well, there's...
Poetry.
reading dramatic poems from a book, except you have to make eye contact with the judge while you're doing it, so you can't really be reading it, but then you still also have to look like you are, even though you sort of are and you sort of aren't, so pretty much your eyes are doing this the whole time.
Prose.
Same as poetry, but the stories don't rhyme and they are super depressing. Informative. Giving a memorized speech about something you find interesting and want to share more knowledge about. Oration. Inform, but you're telling the judge why the thing you care about is the most important thing in the world and why their opinion is incorrect.
Impromptu.
Inform, but someone else chooses your topic right before you go perform, and then you have 5 minutes to make an entire speech about it. Extemporaneous. Impromptu with a political agenda.
Humorous solo acting.
Pretending you have multiple personality disorder for 10 minutes.
Serious solo acting.
Pretending you want to kill yourself for 10 minutes.
Duet acting.
Take humorous and serious solo acting, toss them in a blender, and whatever comes out is performed by 2 people instead of 1.
Improvised duet acting.
Duet and impromptu's unstable offspring. Make a skit on the fly and hope that it's decent. Spoiler alert, most of them aren't. So many events, so little time. Bonus points to anyone who can guess the 2 events I did in high school. Here's a fun fact. The girl who played the tortoise in the play I was in 7th grade did both debate and forensics in high school, just like me. But whereas I hated debate and loved forensics, she was the other way around, and we constantly spent time picking on each other when one season rolled into the next. When state debate ended, I would go, "Emma, you ready for forensics?" And she'd go, "Never." When state forensics would end, she'd go, "Lauren, you ready for debate next fall?" And I'd go, "Ha ha ha ha, no!" But it's okay, we're both mature now and she's come around to enjoying forensics, right, Emma?
I love forensics. It's my favorite.
Gotta love her. Now, if you're someone who sees all of this and wants to dive into the ocean of forensics fun, let me give you some tips on how to best perform in whatever it is you decide to do. Eye contact is important. Don't fidget. Only move those hands when necessary. And by that, I also don't mean keep them plastered to your side the whole time. There's a balance to these things. Memorize your stuff. And finally, don't be a forensics kid. What's that, you might ask? Well, they stand up in the commons doing improv. They also brought their acoustic guitar to play. They want to show the others just how cool they are, when in actuality we want them far, far away. They ask you for your number, ask you for your Tumblr, ask you what you're doing on your laptop too. And there's nothing you can say to make them want to go away, except that maybe that they can't perform in their weird cosplay. Forensics kids. Oh, forensics kids. We hate them and we love them, but we mostly just hate them and the fact that they do pieces on memes. Why do they do that? Why? Informs on Shrek, duet pieces on the B movie, and orations on why Undertale is the best video game ever created. Do not be a forensics kid! Do not make the entire event of forensics look bad! Some of us are actually trying to take this seriously, for Pete's sake! Whew, okay, rant over. Also, yeah, the tips are over too. So yeah, forensics, it's better than debate. I don't care what people, Emma, say otherwise. Thank you. I don't want to hear your dumb oration about how Barry B. Benson made you want to save the bees. That's really, really stupid and a waste of time. For real, the what compels people to do speeches on memes.